Good morning. It's about 5:30. I just brushed my teeth and they start serving breakfast at 6, so I'm gonna take a quick shower, maybe have a cup of coffee, and then head on down to get breakfast. It is 5:56. I'm out of the shower, I'm dressed, I made the bed. My backpack is well on its way to being dry, but not yet dry. I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm debating on whether I want to have coffee before I go down, or if I want to just get coffee down there when I get breakfast. I think I'm going to have some coffee here before I have breakfast down there, because I'm going to make some of my Starbucks. Phone last night, so I've just plugged in my power bank to get it charged up to the top. It is 6:06. I've got my coffee made, and I think that I'm going to read the Bible Hub devotional. I can't use it unless I have the internet, but that is on my phone, and I'm going to do that while I drink my coffee. If I have any time left over, I'm going to finally start looking at comments on my YouTube videos from the last 6 days. I also have My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers that I do at home, and since I have my Kindle, I can also do that one, so I'm going to do that right now. This is an excerpt from My Utmost for His Highest, and they almost always, coincidentally not, apply to something I'm dealing with. This is about self-pity. I was having a lot of self-pity last week with all of that rain. I was in such a state. It was terrible. Does it really matter that our circumstances are difficult? Why shouldn't they be? If we give way to self-pity and indulge in the luxury of misery, we remove God's riches from our lives and hinder others from entering into His provision. No sin is worse than the sin of self-pity, because it removes God from the throne of our lives, replacing Him with our own self-interests. It causes us to open our mouths only to complain, and we simply become spiritual sponges, always absorbing, never giving, and never being satisfied. And there is nothing lovely or generous about our lives. It is 6:18, and I think rather than get to the comments on my YouTube channel, I'm going to go get breakfast. Most likely, I'll bring it upstairs, and then I'll be able to have what's left of my coffee rather than hotel coffee. That was the strangest continental breakfast that I have ever had at a hotel. It was mostly hiker food. I got a couple of packages of the Quaker oatmeal packets. They had granola bars. I got 2 of those to put in my pack for when I take off. They had a banana nut muffin and yogurt. They were small yogurts, so I got 2. I got 1 banana nut muffin, and there was no fruit, no cold cereal, no bagels, no toast. So I think, well, we'll see how this does me. Hikers don't like this food. We eat it because it's light and it's packable. So I'm gonna have breakfast. But at least I have some extra Starbucks via, so I can have my own coffee. And at least I have something to eat. At least I have those leftover fajitas to eat later. at least I'm in this nice hotel, and it did rain last night pretty hard, so I'm very grateful to be inside. I'm grateful to have a leisurely morning, to drink my coffee, to have my breakfast, and I'm so very grateful to be here. I'm glad that I can take a 0. And so there is so much to be grateful for, and if I was starving, I'd be grateful to have this. And at least they had yogurt, so that's a little bit of protein and maybe a little bit of probiotics. For those of you who think you have no artistic talent, I'm pretty sure that each and every one of you could have done this picture here, and you could have your masterpiece hanging on the wall of the Super 8. I have not yet looked at my comments. I am going to maybe do 1 or 2 videos, finish editing them and then uploading them, just because I feel an urgency to get those done. They have to be done while I'm here, and they are always my first priority. It is 6:47. This hotel coffee that I got from downstairs is actually not bad. Usually hotel coffee is toxic, but this is pretty good. Tastes kind of like a not so great breakfast blend, so I'm grateful for that. They also had those little mini moos of cream, so I didn't have to use my powdered milk, and that's nice too. So I will check in with you later. 8 o'clock. I just finished, for the most part, yesterday's video. I still have some finishing touches to do on it. I'm going to go downstairs and get another cup of coffee, and then when I come back, I am going to start where I left off, putting the finishing touches on the videos, the next successive one that I will need to upload, and start working on those and getting those uploaded. I haven't even had a chance to look at comments yet. Looks like it's going to be sunny today, so later when the sun is directly overhead, I'll take my tent out there and dry it out. Our bank is now fully charged after plugging it back in this morning. Now I'm going to plug in my headlamp. This should be the last of the things that needs to be charged. I will probably charge my phone again multiple times, and my watch I'll probably charge up before I leave here again. It's already down to 91%. It is 8:15. It takes a while for the videos to export out of my editing program before I can start uploading them, so I went down and dumped my trash. I remember the days when there used to be room service every day that you were in the hotel, but they don't do that anymore. I had to ask for clean towels, and I know they're trying to save the environment and stuff and not be wasteful, and there's a lot to be said for that. But anyway, I just went and dumped my trash. Now I'm going to upload my first video that needs uploading. Okay, for some reason it didn't export, so I gotta redo that. It is 8:53. My video kept hanging up when it was exporting. When it's exporting, I can't do anything else on my phone. So I did a bunch of piddly stuff. I changed clothes. When I turned around to go into the bathroom, I hit the wall, so I think I'm gonna have a bruise there. I changed my salt into another little pill Ziploc because it wouldn't zip anymore in the one it was in. I ate half of my banana nut muffin. I didn't finish it because it just tasted like a ball of dough. It didn't taste done, for lack of a better description. I started putting stuff in my backpack. It's still a little damp, but I want to take my backpack with me when I go to the Outfitter and Kroger, because I'm gonna open my box and dump everything into my backpack, because the box is often awkward and heavy. Right now, I am drying out my tent. The grass is still a little moist, but the sun feels nice and hot. and I think it should dry out quickly. So I will try exporting the video later after I get this dried out. My tent, my Tyvek, and my stake bags and my tent pole bag are mostly dry, so I brought them inside to let them finish drying. The rain fly is still out there. When I took down my bear bag yesterday morning, I did not wrap it up properly because it was all wet and drippy, and I wanted to get out of there as soon as I could because I knew I had a long day before me. I wanted to show you how I wrap this up. The guy at Outdoor 76 showed me how to do this so that you prevent all of the little kinks and stuff that get in here. So you put both of the ends together, so you're going to wrap it double, but you want to start at the middle of the rope. So I've got the middle here. I just gently wrap it around my arm like this, not too tight, so as not to add to the kink problem. Then when I get to about here, I do some loose wraps around it like this, and then I take the carabiner and click it around the loops, just like that. And this has gone a long way to prevent all of those kinks going in there. I had to throw away my last bear bag line because I couldn't get all the kinks out. So I've done a bunch of piddly stuff waiting for that video to upload. It hung up. I eventually stopped, went out to dry my tent, and so now I'm going to go check my rain fly. Then I will try to export that video and get at least one uploaded before I go to the outfitters and pick up my stuff, because I want to get over there before it gets really hot. My tent fly is still damp, but I've got it laid out here on the floor, and it should dry pretty quickly in this dry environment. It is, I don't have my watch because I'm charging it, but I am going to get ready to go and go to the outfitter and Kroger. It is 9:15 and I need to charge up my phone before I go to the outfitter, so I think while I'm charging my phone, I'll try to export that video again. I did want to show you something. I use these takeout bags to put my wet tent in, and it really works well. They do eventually get holes in them, but the material they use for these takeout bags is usually much tougher than just a regular grocery bag. So I've got a brand new one from Poncho that I am going to use to put my tent stakes, my tent poles, my Tyvek, and my rain fly in. It is 9:43. I've got one video uploaded. Folded up all of my tent and stuff. It's now dry, and I'm getting ready to figure out how to get to the outfitter on Google Maps and Kroger. I am on my way to the outfitter. I really dislike walking along this busy road, but I have no choice, and at least there is a bit of a shoulder to walk on right now until I get down there. I think I see the Kroger, and the outfitter is over there also, so shouldn't be too much further. Hiking?
No, I'm just doing a section.
Got my box, got my fuel, I also bought an extra spoon because sometimes when I have tuna, I put it in a Ziploc, and I'm always afraid because I need my spoon that I'm gonna throw away that spoon, so I just wanted to back up. It was 30% off. Okay, it was $8.37 for that spoon. That was a steal. It's a very lightweight spoon, and $5.60 to top off my bottle of denatured alcohol. It was about a half of a 16-ounce. No, it was about 3/4 of a 16-ounce Coke bottle. It is 10:40. I just finished in Kroger. I got some whole wheat bagels and cream cheese, which I'm going to have for breakfast tomorrow. And whatever's left, I am going to put the cream cheese between the bagels. I had some bacon bits, shelf stable, that were in my mail drop, so I'm going to put those on top of it and have those for my lunches. It will last a few days. Then I got some pepper jack cheese for the rest of the bagels. Then I'm going to pack out. That pepper jack cheese lasts usually for 5 or 6 days. It doesn't mold or anything, so far anyway. And I'm probably going to use 3 of the tortillas that I got in my mail drop for the rest of those fajitas. And I can't wait to eat them. And if there are any other tortillas left, I will put that pepper jack cheese on them, roll them up, and if I don't eat them for this section, they will still be good for the next section. So I'm walking back to the motel now and trying not to get killed. I'm back in my room. It is 10:52. I'm gonna go get some ice because I need to drink water. It's easier to drink when it's cold and on ice. And then I'm gonna try to put the finishing touches on some more videos and get them uploaded. I saw another hiker in the lobby. I was going to see if they had a hiker box, and she apparently used this and has used it as much as she's going to use it. And she gave it to me and said, whatever's left, leave it for the next hiker. So if I can get that bathtub clean from my backpack, I might just take a bath and soak in the Epsom salt. At the very least, I can soak my foot. So I'm very much looking forward to that. It is 11:22. I've got a video uploading now. I'm going to organize everything that I got in my mail drop, plus the stuff that I bought for lunch. I've got 2 suppers left. If I have too many, I'm gonna have to throw some away, and I am definitely finding out which ones I like and which ones I don't. I've got some snacks left. Oh, by the way, I was able to buy the stuff that I got at Kroger with the gift card that my neighbor gave me for my birthday. Thank you, Ray. I lost my mail drop list when I lost my journal, so Bud sent me a new one of those. Thank you, Bud. I'm done with 1 page already. So that one can be thrown away. For this next drop, Oh, good. I only have to carry 4 1/3 days worth of food if I do 15 miles per day. So the first thing I'm going to do is organize all of this according to category, like putting all of my snacks in one pack. I've got vitamins and melatonin. Here are my tortillas, my powdered milk. Oh, he sent me some new earplugs because I misplaced the ones I had. Ibuprofen. This is my wet wipes. My coffee goes with the powdered milk. Here are my bacon bits, toilet paper. I'm still experimenting with these scrubs. Sometimes I am so dirty I need more than a wet wipe. I've been using these on my feet because my feet smell like something dead. So I tried organizing my food so that I had one bag for each day, and one bag contained breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, electrolytes, and that just didn't seem to be working for me for some reason. So I've been putting all of my breakfasts in one, all of my suppers in one, all of my lunches in one, and all of my snacks in one. So I'm gonna take all of these snacks. I know I will eat them because my hunger has really ramped up. So all of the snacks will go in here. I've got another bag for my coffee, powdered milk, and electrolytes. So I'm going to consolidate what I have left of the electrolytes. And I also keep my salt in this bag and my coffee. I usually save any of these Ziplocs I have to put my lunches in, like these. I'm going to consolidate the old powdered milk with the new powdered milk because I don't like black coffee and I don't want to run out of powdered milk. So I've been having Bud send it to me frequently. If it gets too heavy, then, or I'm carrying more than I think I'll ever use, then I will throw away the old and keep the new. This is my food bag, and this has been in the freezer at home all this time, and then when Bud gets ready to mail it, he takes the bag out, and it has the name of the city there. So now I'm going to organize these according to suppers and breakfasts. These ones that have the writing on it, I will use for my new trash bag. This is my new section of the AWOL guide, and I'll put that with what I have left of the other. I think that I am going to carry five days worth, even though it says that I need 4 1/3 for this next section. I think I'm also going to go through with my AWOL guide and plan exactly where I'm going to stay. That way I will know for sure how much I'm going to need for the next section. See, I am still not tired of this oatmeal. I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, man, I can't wait to eat these. I've also got some granola, which the mornings, if they're rainy and cold, I still want my oatmeal, but I hate to throw these away. The granola is heavier than the oatmeal. I think, I don't know if I just put more in them or what, so I'm not going to throw any of these away because I know that I like these. Some of these dehydrated meals I'm really not getting into at all. Okay, so for right now, until I get my itinerary done, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 suppers. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking up until this point I might have calculated 13 miles per day. I know the 15 miles a day is coming up, but we'll see what happens. So this is like a rough draft. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it says 4 1/3 or 5 1/3, that means I'm gonna need an extra breakfast for that 1/3 of a day. I got this, it's called Nutso. It's a nut and seed butter, and the first time it leaked. So I asked Bud to put it in a Ziploc. This is a specimen cup. It should not be leaking. The only thing I can think of is that in my backpack it gets squashed and it allows air in there. I don't know. So I've got 1 tuna packet that I can have for lunch. These 3 tortillas I'm going to save for my fajitas. I came dangerously close to running out of toilet paper. This is all I have left. Bad news, people. So I am going to consolidate my toilet papers. This bag has my trowel in it, and I have found that it's very difficult to dig a 6-inch hole, especially in this area, because there are so many rocks. So if I can't dig a 6-inch hole, I cover it with a rock, a big rock, or a bunch of rocks. Don't tell anybody, okay? Because I don't know if that counts as leave no trace. This is my toiletries bag. So, I was carrying a blue shampoo around. For some reason, I was not able to use it where I was at, so I'm going to save that. It's a really nice clarifying shampoo, and I really like it when some of the shampoos are substandard. Like the ones at this hotel, it's shampoo / conditioner, and I just don't like it very much. I've got a bag for my vitamins and my ibuprofen. I am going to consolidate my ibuprofen into one bag. I've got my vitamins here, so I'm going to take them apart and put them in my pill bag. Actually, I'm calling it a pill bag, but it's vitamins, ibuprofen, Benadryl, Aleve, and melatonin. I'm going to consolidate what's left of my melatonin from my last drop and what I got in this drop. So I have these really thin, no-name brand scrubs that I've been tearing in half. These are more puffy. They are the Scrubs brand, and I think that since I only have like whatever it was, 4.5 days, I'm just gonna take a couple of those. If I had the hiker box, I would put these in there, but since I don't, I think I am going to throw those away. This is my wet wipes, and I'm going to consolidate the new wet wipes with the old wet wipes. And maybe you can see why I like to stay someplace to do all this. It's so hard to sit out somewhere and do all this, because the bags that I'm not going to use, I can throw away. This is going to be a trash bag for the wet wipes, so I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put all of these back. These are my earplugs, so I'm going to put them in this bag. I've got this extra Ziploc that came in my mail drop. So I think I'm going to put all of my toiletries in here in this new bag. Until I get ready to deal with my lunches, I am just going to put them in this bag. I'll do that later. I don't know if this bear bag line is cold or if it's still a little bit wet, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. Trying to decide whether I want to keep this carabiner. This would be kind of nice for lunches to hang on my pack. And then I could keep the other one in here for my suppers. Gonna think about that. For now, I'm just gonna put the new one in there. So for now, I'm gonna put this back in my hip belt pocket. It is 11:47 and I am going to start putting stuff that needs to go on the outside of my pack in it. This is still a little damp. I'm not too worried about it. Putting in my reindeer first. Hopefully when I leave tomorrow, it won't be raining. If it does, I'll just have to pull it all out again. I keep my water filter and my toilet paper in this little kangaroo pouch here. I am not going to be wearing my camp shoes because Sparrow said to wear my regular shoes. I do wear these in camp just because they're easy to put on and take off, and I'm not spending a lot of time in them, so I'm going to go ahead and put these on the back of my pack. This is the piece of plastic that I put on the inside of my tent when it's saturated. Lately, I've been using it, even though it's not full length, to put down on the shelter floor when I have to sleep in the shelter to kind of protect my sleeping pad, because it's a blow-up sleeping pad. I did look at something to put under it at the outfitter, and I didn't find what I wanted. I think that I am going to just maybe order something online. Ray told me about one that she has that will also double as a sit pad, and so I put that item on hold. These go on the inside of my backpack. I actually washed these in the machine. And so I'm going to put those back on the inside of my backpack. This one goes on the other side, and this is what I usually keep my wallet in when I'm hiking. I don't like to keep it in my hip belt pocket, really, because if I do go into town somewhere and I have to leave my pack outside, which is par for the course, they don't want you bringing your stinky backpacks and clunky backpacks into a store or a place of business, because you can knock stuff over and plus it just stinks. So I just feel like it's a little more protected in there. outdoor trails did have denatured alcohol. And I'm carrying an extra bottle of fuel. I wanted to avoid the canister stoves because I didn't want to carry 2 canisters for fear that one would run out while I was out on the trail. So here I am carrying an extra bottle of fuel, which I didn't want to do, but it's worth it to me because they say that you pack your fears out here, and my fear is food. I cannot bear the thought of not being able to have my coffee and oatmeal out there because it is one of my tiny pleasures that make such a big difference to me out there. So I want to make sure I have my food and my coffee. This, I usually keep about this full. I don't like to hike with 2 liters of water, except in extreme circumstances in the summer. So I leave about that much water in it, because if I don't, it pops out of the side pocket. So that goes in my side pocket. Actually lots of you have asked why I put my water upside down. I hope I'm in the camera. You've asked why I put my water bottle upside down. It's simply because it's easier to get in and out. If I try to put the bottom in first, it takes forever to get it in there just right because it's really snug. And I had to ask that question to someone else, another hiker, and I'm so glad that I did, because putting this in upside down has made a huge difference. This is a MyPillow travel pillow. My friend Raid gave this to me. In the past, I've used inflatable pillows. This is somewhat of a luxury item because it's heavier than an inflatable pillow. But I use an extra buff to use as a pillowcase so I don't have to wash that pillow all the time. So, this is the buff, which is freshly washed. And that is going on the pillow. Okay, we're making progress here. Feel the stress peeling off as I get this stuff done. This is my AWOL guide that goes in here. So I think that I am going to now plug in my phone again and try to get a video started uploading. I spent $6.09 at Kroger for pepper jack cheese, cream cheese, and those whole wheat bagels. And that is less than I usually spend, I think. Last time when I was at Angel's Rest, I was able to get some Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream for like $3.49. Here, all of their pints were like $5 and up, and I couldn't stand to pay that, so don't get ice cream this time. I use a trash compactor bag to keep my dry stuff dry. I took it out when I washed my backpack, so I'm going to put this back in so it will be all ready to pack everything that I need to stay dry in here. My sleeping quilt usually goes first, then my sleeping bag liner. I don't know if I've ever shown this to you, but it's like a big bag, a drawstring bag, and it's long enough that I can put it over my head if I ever need to. It will cinch up. It's like t-shirt material, really thin t-shirt material, but I've loved it. Anyway, my quilt goes in first, then this, and I might use that quilt tonight. I used it last night, so I'm going to hold off putting the stuff on the inside. It's 12:01, and I'm going to get another video done with the final touches on it, export it, and then get it to uploading, and then I think I'm going to have lunch. I also wanted to add, it's 12:03 and I still have not had a chance to look at any comments. It is 12:44. The fajitas were in a metal or a tin container, so I put them in a Ziploc to heat them up. The refrigerator had frozen the salsa and the meat, so now I am going to eat lunch, and it smells delicious. I've got a video uploading right now. I'm feeling very good about getting stuff done. You have no idea how much it stresses me not to get those things done. And I still haven't had a chance to look at comments, not because I don't want to. I'm very much looking forward to reading them and replying to them if I have time. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So I will continue to do that after lunch. Muy delicioso. It is 1:34. I finished lunch, and then I had a nice long conversation with my husband, Bud. And now I'm going to get to editing more videos. And I have no plans to go out again today, so hopefully I'll be able to get these finished and then get on to those comments, because I so look forward to reading your comments. And I will check in with you later. Oh, it is 3:07. I have made my lunches. I made 2 bagels with cream cheese and bacon bits, and 2 bagels with pepper jack cheese. I have been editing and uploading videos in between, as when I did my lunches. In between, I clipped my fingernails and toenails, which really needed it. I don't like to do that in hostels. I'm here in private, and I can do that. I also started looking at what my schedule is going to be like next section, trying to think about my itinerary. I really need to be looking at far out on my phone in order to make it, because there are some details that AWOL guide doesn't have. Far out will tell you different little stealth sites where you can camp that are not included in AWOL. When my videos are exporting from the editing app, I can't do anything on my phone. Lately it seems like it's been taking longer than usual. I accidentally deleted one that I'd already uploaded onto YouTube thinking it was a duplicate, so I had to redo that one. So I am continuing to feverishly work on editing and uploading videos. It takes a while because it's like me watching the whole video again, making little adjustments and polishing it and things like that. So I've got that time, and the time it takes to edit, and then the time to export from the editor, and then the time to upload. I can do other things while I am uploading. I haven't gotten a chance to look at the comments yet, because when I am when a video is actually uploading to YouTube, I'm working on the next video that I will export and then upload. So I'm going to continue doing that, and hopefully this will be over soon. As I get these things done, the stress is slowly coming off of my body, and as soon as I get all of these videos edited and uploaded and polished, then I will be able to relax. And then I will hopefully be able to get to the comments. Hello, it's 5:46. I have been working on videos and uploading videos. I realized that I deleted the Woods Hole video, so there will be no video on that day. And I don't know what happened. That would have been something that I did, trying to get it uploaded at Angel's Rest, and that was a crazy day. So I've got today's video to put together, and then I will have to upload it. This one, like yesterday's, is going to be a little more complicated and involved just because there is so much talking and clipping that will need to be done. While I've been doing like waiting for the export and stuff like that, I soaked my feet in some Epsom salt. I also made myself 2 quesadillas with the leftover pepper jack cheese and the tortillas that were in my mail drop box. I have slowly been getting stuff together. I'm recharging my watch so that it will be topped off. What else? I guess that's it. I know there are other things that I did, but I just can't think about what they are. So I'm going to continue to edit and then upload, and then I will get to the comments. And I do want to say that I do appreciate each and every comment. Sometimes I'm ready to chuck it and get off the trail, and then I'll read a comment and will completely change everything. It means so much to me to have your support. Please do not stop leaving your comments, because your comments mean so much to me. But don't get upset if I don't type out a reply. Remember that I'm making replies with one finger. And then, like I mentioned, I think I mentioned it the other day, I may have deleted that video. Sometimes I type the reply and it looks like it's gone through, and then I'll go back to the comment sections that shows me the ones that I have not replied to, and it shows that I haven't replied. There have been many times where I've gone and retyped the whole thing, and then I go back and find that there are 2 times that I replied there. I hope I'm making sense, but that is so frustrating. So I do love your comments. I read each and every one of them. I want to reply to all of them. That's fun for me. I like interacting with you all. I appreciate all your helpful suggestions. I so appreciate your prayers and your kind comments, and so please don't stop commenting. I will get to those comments tonight. Hello, it's 8:06 and I'm almost finished editing the last video, and after I edit it I will have to export and then upload, and then I probably gotta write out my itinerary, and then I will read and reply to comments. I am also gonna call Bud one more time before I hit the trail tomorrow.